Okay, I'm going to go over the directions for this muscle fatigue lab. Okay, and this is in case you aren't in class, but also if you are in class, maybe you need a refresher. So the problem, how does muscle fatigue affect the amount of work that muscles can do? So here is background. As skeletal muscles contract and relax, they move bones in your body. This work requires energy. Muscles get energy from ATP molecules made during the process of cellular respiration. During continuous activity, the muscles begin to use up their energy supply and oxygen and start to accumulate waste products. As a result, the muscles become fatigued, lose their ability to contract. In this lab, you will observe how muscle fatigue affects the amount of work that muscles can do. Make a prediction about how the number of exercises completed will affect the amount of work that muscles can do. So here is my spot to put my prediction. So I predict that as the number of exercises completed increases, the number of exercises completed will. Now here's where you make your prediction. Do they increase? Do they decrease? Do they stay the same? Okay, that's what you're going to do here. All right. Now, as I continue, here is my first exercise. So you're going to get an anatomical position, use your non-writing hand, make a fist, rest your upper arm against the side of your torso, raise your hand by bending your arm at the elbow, then lower your hand by straightening your arm. Keep your upper arm steady as you move your hand up and down. Continue raising and lowering your hand for 1 minute. Move it as rapidly as you can without straining yourself or losing control of the motion. Count the number of times you can raise and lower your hand in 1 minute. Repeat step 2 4 more times. Do not stop between trials. Okay? So note, for every trial, you should restart the count to 1. So I'm going to get my mouse ready in the box for the first minute. Okay? And I'm going to show you what this exercise looks like, what you should do in between. Okay? When we do this in class, we're going to start the process for you, and then you're going to continue. So I need to do this for a minute. Okay? So I have to set a timer for a minute. Okay? And get ready to do the exercise. So I am going to get in anatomical position. Let me just move the chair. So I'm going to get in anatomical position. Use your non-dominant hand. So this is my right hand dominant, so I'm going to use my left one, okay? I'm in anatomical position. Remember, palm anterior, okay? Keep my upper arm right here against the side of my body. I'm going to lift my arm like this and lower it. And I'm going to do this as rapidly as I can. I'm going to count every time I come up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Notice my upper arm has not left the side of my body. Okay, I'm not moving it out here. Okay, I'm going to move it as rapidly as I can, as long as my upper arm stays against my torso and I'm completing the motion all the way up. This does not count. It has to be all the way up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so notice I have my fist, okay, and I'm going to continue for a whole minute. As soon as my minute is up, I'm going to come real quick to the computer, type my number, restart the timer, do the next minute. I'm going to continue that until I have done that for 5 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to get prepped to show you the next exercise. Okay, exercise 2. All right, so you're going to complete that entirety of exercise 1. Now it says stand with your legs shoulder width apart. You will raise your heels and stand up on your toes, and then relax your heels back to the ground. Basically, you're doing a calf raise. You must go all the way up and down to the floor each time. You are to record the number of calf raises in your data table every 10 seconds. So this is short, okay? But you are not to stop between trials. The only thing that we're going to have to stop for is to record the number. That's it. Now, if you're working with a partner, so someone in your house can write down the numbers for you, then you literally don't have to pause at all. So set the timer for 10 seconds, record the number of raises, start the timer again, record, continue until 100 seconds. It is very important that there's no stopping between trials. So if you have to write the numbers down, you're going to write it quickly and restart. Note, for every trial, you should restart the count to 1. So never stop exercising, really push it. Do not stop between trials. So here, as I'm going to get my mouse ready so that I can type in a number real quick, move it to the next one after I record that one. So once I record 10 seconds, real quick, move the mouse here, start the next 10. Move it here, okay? Every time. And that will help keep the time consistent for you. So let me show you what this exercise looks like. I have to stand on a chair. I don't recommend that, as that takes some extra time to get to the computer back and forth to write the numbers down, okay? So, but you can't see my feet unless I do it this way, okay? So, my feet are flat on the floor, okay? So I'm going to do a calf raise. So I'm going to go all the way up on my tiptoes and then back down. All the way up on my tiptoes and back down, okay? This doesn't count. That's not a calf raise, okay? So again, all the way up, 1, 2, 3, 4, as fast as you can for 10 seconds. Then quick, go to the computer, write that down. Next 10, quick, go to the computer, write it down. Okay? Every time though, I'm going to restart at 1. So if this is the first 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Say that was 10 seconds. I write that down, hit 7. Now I restart 1, 2, 3, okay? Every 10 seconds, I'm going to restart the count, okay? All right, now let's go through the last exercise, which is shoulder circumduction. You're going to start with your legs together. Extend your arms out from your shoulders like the letter T. When time begins, make small circles with both arms. Record the number of circles in your data table every 10 seconds again, but you're not to stop. So similar pattern. So ready? I'm just going to move this away so I can move back far enough. I'm going to stand, this time legs together. When you did calf raises, your legs were shoulder width apart, but now they're together. Now your arms are, let me just adjust this camera. There we go. Now your arms are out like this, shoulder width, okay? Let me just enlarge this. I think it'll be a little easier to see. Okay. Shoulder width. Shoulder width. Now, not big circles like this. Okay, arms like this. I do need to adjust that a teeny bit. Okay, arms like this. Not big circles, and we're doing 10 seconds. And every time I come around back to the top, I'm going to count that as a circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, as fast as you can, counting those circles. Once it's 10 seconds, quick, go to the computer, write down. Do it again. Quick, go to the computer, write down. Okay, so every 10 seconds, you're going to restart the count. Okay, but you should be doing small circles, not big, giant circles, and this does not count. That's just vibrating your arms. Okay, so they have to be circles like this. Okay, 10 seconds each time. Okay, all right, so now let's look back at our sheet. So let's go back to our smaller view here. Okay, so now we have some conclusion questions. How do your results compare to your prediction? Remember, you made the prediction up here. So how does it compare? How did your muscles feel during the exercises? What other changes in your body did you notice? I can feel some breathing in me already. When you look at the data, how can you tell when your muscles get fatigued? So check out your numbers. What happens? All right. How might resting for 5 minutes between trials have affected your results? And what might account for any differences between different people's results? Okay. So that's it. When you are finished writing your conclusions, note here it says complete sentences. Then you're going to be able to turn this in. Okay. We will start it in the beginning together. go through the prediction, exactly what you need to do. However, we want to do the exercise completely together because if you get off track with counting, it's going to be hard to get back in, okay? But I wanted this video so in case you get confused, you could go back and check it so that you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. All right, so let's find out when muscles get fatigued.